Welcome to the Ask Jordan podcast, answering your questions about selling on Amazon. Now, the award-winning Amazon merchant and best-selling author from Long Island, New York. Here's your host, Jordan Malik.
Hello, Amazon sellers. My name is Jordan Malik. I'm the host of the Ask Jordan podcast. This is our 35th episode. Thank you so much for making me part of your day. I have been receiving your emails and your compliments. I'm extremely pleased you like the podcast. Some of you are actually listening to episodes more than once, which I was surprised at. I think that's terrific. I'm not an avid podcast consumer myself. I just kind of create them, but I guess some of you are downloading all the episodes and then listening to them in your car or on break or in your way to work or what have you. So thank you very much. This is the podcast where we only answer your questions about selling on Amazon. So every episode, we answer a new question from you, the listener, about selling on Amazon. If you missed an episode, just go to askjordan.net, askjordan.net. All the previous archived episodes are there. Now, if you want to hear your voice on an episode with your question and get 7 of my best-selling ebooks 100% free, I'll tell you how after we answer today's question. Today's question is from Mike in Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Mike.
Hi, Jordan. This is Mike from Pennsylvania calling. I've been selling on FBA for about the last 6 months and have had some success in the food and grocery categories. And my question is related to that and expiration dates. First part is if you could explain Amazon's requirement to put that expiration date on the or adjacent to the barcode label. They do ask for a 36-point font, which I think is kind of large. The second part of my question is, does that labeling apply to all products that have sell-by or expiration dates or just food? Because also soaps, Lysol, and toothpaste have those same dates. Thanks very much. I do enjoy listening to your podcast.
Mike, thanks for asking that. That's a good topic. Expiration dates. First, I'm going to give you the link to Amazon seller help page. It has all the requirements and rules for expiration dates. And then I'm going to tell you how I do it. So expiration dates, here's a redirect. It's bit.ly exp date. B as in boy, it.ly/ E as in elephant, X. P as in Paul, dates, plural. All lowercase, bit.ly/exp dates, for short for expiration dates. Okay, so first let's get the font thing out of the way. So if your product has an expiration date, and Amazon means to apply this to food and other things, because like you said, toothpaste, detergents, Lysol, soaps, or whatever, they have expiration dates as well. So on the item itself, here's what I do. I will take the item, I'll put it in a poly bag. On the exterior of the poly bag goes my regular FBA sticker, this sticker with the barcode on it for them to scan that you produce at home. And also next to it, I will put the expiration date. I'll put EXP for the letters and then the expiration date. And they ask for size 36 font. Now I do that really simply on a separate piece of paper. I will either handwrite or type. In 36 font size is not all that big. I mean, if you open up your word processor and you create a character in size 36 font, that might be half an inch to an inch big. I'm not sure exactly, but 36 isn't all that huge. So I will type that and print it out and cut it out where, cut just the word expiration and the date out and clear tape it to the poly bag next to the barcode sticker. Does it have to be perfectly next to it? Probably not. Does it have to be exactly 36 font or greater? Probably not. I know many sellers, including myself, who sometimes forget to put the expiration date entirely. I don't think Amazon has found an efficient way to track that. Amazon has sometimes returned products to me because they were meeting their expiration date, and I didn't have the expiration date stamped anywhere. They find out what the expiration date is by looking at the product itself. That's what you want to do. Now, there's certain rules around these things in terms of dates. So Amazon says that whatever you send in, make sure the expiration date on the item is no greater than 90 days from the day when you ship it in. So if you are sending in ground coffee and today is July 30th, and your expiration date on the coffee is September 30th, that's a no-no. Amazon will end up returning that to you if they catch it, which they typically do. So you want to make sure that if today is July 30th, then your expiration date on the item, whatever item you're sending, is October 30th or greater. If anything, Amazon will, if anything falls within 50 days, like say you send in your coffee and the expiration date is October 30th, if the day comes where you're 50 days until October 30th, so that would be roughly September 20th. Amazon will start automatically removing the stuff and either destroying it or sending it back to you, depending on your seller preferences. I think you can edit your seller preferences, what they want. I'm not sure if what they're going to do with your expired products, either have them destroy it or have them send it back to you. I think they're automatically sent back to you. So in other words, just to rephrase that, 50 days, if Amazon sees that your items in stock have 50 days or less on them until their expiration date, sitting in their warehouse, they will remove them at your expense. And I don't know, it's a nominal fee, whatever it is, for them to remove them and send it back to you. So you just want to make sure in general, whatever you're sending in, I usually won't touch any product if it has an expiration date that's less than, I'd say, 5 months away. Okay, so if I'm sending in product in September, I want to make sure that my expiration date is roughly September, October, November, December, January, roughly sometime around February. Roughly 5 months away. So that becomes tricky, of course, because then that kind of slows down your whole process of sourcing, and of course the idea of labeling the products, that slows down your process, labeling them with the appropriate expiration date, and then keeping track of it. If there may be a cost-saving aspect of you to have Amazon destroy the products that are about to expire versus having them shipped back to you. So that's why, getting into products with an expiration date is a challenge. But here again, assuming that Amazon sticks to its own rules, by having a system in place where you can master that knowledge and keep track of things, create an Excel spreadsheet or monitor your inventory daily, you will be a few steps ahead of your competing sellers who just won't bother to do that. But to date, I have not seen Amazon aggressively enforce its policy around expiration dates, except for the ones when a food product is about to expire. A food product is about to expire. Then they do tend to thoroughly make a point to send stuff back to you, in my experience. Non-food products with expiration dates, like, and by non-food I also mean non-pharmaceutical, products that are things like hand wash or air fresheners have expiration dates on them. I don't see Amazon enforcing their expiration date policy too much there now. That may change in the future. But products that you consume that have an expiration date, toothpaste or allergy medicine or vitamins, I do see Amazon aggressively enforcing their own expiration date policy, and they will take the time out to kind of ferret those out and send them back to you if the expiration date is 50 days or less away. Now, notice that you have to add days on to that time frame. Remember, Amazon is asking you don't send it in if it's got anything less than 90 days left at the expiration date. You have to start considering things like if your pills, let's say you're sending in ibuprofen, and the ibuprofen is a jumbo bottle with 300 capsules that are meant to be taken one a day, then you have to add on 300 days to that number. So if Amazon doesn't want you to send anything that's 90 days or greater, 90 days or less away from the expiration date, and you send in 300 capsules, a bottle of 300 capsules, you have to, in your mind, assume that 300 days is tacked on. So your expiration date should be 390 days away or more than the expiration date on the package itself. So it gets confusing. A lot of this is going to come trial and error to you. I don't see Amazon shutting down somebody because they missed a few expiration date notifications. I don't see that happening. Some of this is trial and error, and if you are aggressively going to be sending in health and beauty or grocery products, you need to come up with a system on your own, with a spreadsheet or just a notepad, even if you have to, having the item and the expiration date and when you have to pull it before Amazon sends it back to you. Or if you're like me, I don't care. I send the stuff in. I'm a little careless in that I will send the stuff in, and I will, if it expires, Amazon will send it back to me, and I'm willing to absorb that cost. For instance, I had just had a box sent back to me of child cereal. I forget the brand name, but it was child cereal I had listed for $10 a box. The expiration date was like, I don't know, it's August something. So it's less than 50 days away. So something triggered at Amazon to pull them off the shelf, and they sent them all back to me. I haven't closely sat and analyzed the cost. I should, but I'm so busy with a number of other things that I didn't. I have so many food products there, and I'm doing such a volume, and I'm keeping a relatively high profit margin that I'm willing to absorb the cost of whatever it is I'm spending for them to send it back to me. I think it might be $10 or so. You know, I'm willing to accept that. For now, I may be stricter with my own tracking in the future. But I see no easy way to track stuff right now other than writing it down and referencing it every day, or using Google Calendar. If you use Google has their free calendar, you can make an appointment assuming you have a Gmail account, which is free. You can make an appointment in your calendar to check your product. So you could say, let's say if you sent in coffee and the expiration date on the coffee was, let's see, I don't know, October 20th of 2014, you can actually go into Google Calendar. This is separate from Amazon, and set up a reminder 50 days before the expiration date that's stamped on the coffee, to send you an email, say, hey, remove products, remove Folgers coffee with expiration date of, whatever the expiration date is, September, whatever, 50 days before the actual expiration date. You can actually do that in Google Calendar. So there's systematic ways that you can put in if you're going to be doing large volumes of food or grocery products or any products with expiration dates. You want to start getting in a system, developing a system of your own to keep track, and just make a habit of every few days checking your inventory, seeing if it's sold, if it's not sold, and the expiration date is coming up, having that stuff shipped back to you, or you can have Amazon destroy it. If my items are $15 or less and I don't want them anymore, they're not selling, or they're close to expiration date, I won't bother with Amazon having to send it back to me, because what am I going to do with it? I'm probably not going to sell it. I could give it to somebody. If I was an avid flea market seller, I could probably bring it to a flea market and sell it, but at what cost? Probably not going to get much for it. So I'll automatically have Amazon destroy it for you. And Mike, if you have any further questions, I strongly suggest you ask seller support. And you can do that just by the page I gave you already, bit.ly/expdates. Mike, that's a great question. Thanks for calling that in. Mike gets all seven of my best-selling ebooks about selling on Amazon and eBay. Mike, just go to askjordan.net, click on the small envelope icon near the upper right-hand corner of the page. Send me an email send me an email so I know where to send your ebooks to. If you, the listener, want to submit a question to the podcast and have a chance to win all my best-selling ebooks just like Mike did, call 516-619-ONLINE, 516-619-6654. It's not a live line. It just goes right into my specific voicemail for the show. Or go to AskJordan.net. You can scroll down and see the directions there for submitting a question. Hey, thanks for listening. This has been the Ask Jordan Podcast. We'll see you again in our next episode.